Welcome back. Well, the Indian market's coming under a lot of pressure. Nifty sitting with a cut of around 170 points. The Sensex down about 533 points. In the last few minutes, we have seen just a tad bit of consolidation, but looks like volatility is here to stay in the last hour or so. But let's move on and talk about one of the stocks, and this is a CNBC TV18 exclusive. We learned from sources that SREI Infra has asked many of its employees to go. Abhishek joins us with more details. Abhishek, good afternoon. Over to you.
SREI Infra has axed job, and that is on the back of liquidity crunch that is seen in the NBFC safes. So company has asked many employees to go, and the CVs of many of the employees are actually floating in the market. The company has not replaced the CEO who resigned in September 2018. The infra, that is the infra CEO, SREI Infra CEO. So group has a total workforce of 2,631 employees as on FY18, that is March 2018. We had written actually earlier when we spoke about this group CEO resignation, the company clearly said that there is no need for infra CEO, and they are not looking to increase the book of SREI Infra. Let's hear out to the management when they have said this.
Basically, he's moved out from SREI Infra here as a CEO to basically focus on our fund business out of Singapore. So he was always based in Singapore and he was shuttling and he was helping us here too. But as the our fund business is building up, so he would be more focusing there. So he's still within the group, but out of Singapore, developing our fund business and international resource mobilization, which is very critical for the company, for the group. Well, Bala has joined the board. He is our group advisor, and we've had the teams. As it is, as you know, in SREI Infra, our strategy is not to grow the book substantially. So therefore, we found that by being there, the team here, and keep focus on the fund business and doing business more on the funds, we do not need a very senior resource here at the moment.
So we had written to SREI Infra regarding this development, and they have replied to us that the rumor of layoff is absurd. There is no liquidity problem or slowdown in the business, and they have also mentioned that there is only 200 employees on roll in SREI Infra. The liquidity crunch is actually impacting the business of many of the NBFCs. This is the first sign of NBFC sector lending leading to the layoffs that is happening in the NBFC space. SREI Infra's book, if you bifurcate the book, 40% is in SREI Infra and 60% is in SREI Equipment Finance. So this development, what I have heard, is on SREI Infra business alone. So inadequate sources of long-term financing is actually a big problem for NBFCs, and this is what we have developed. This is the first sign wherein layoffs are happening in the NBFC space due to liquidity crunch. Back to you.
Abhishek, thanks very much for that. So things really starting to hit close to home now. Job losses, perhaps bonuses now going to be cut short, etc. So that liquidity squeeze is really taking a toll. A quick break. When we come back, we'll discuss a little bit more on the NBFC space. The Reserve Bank has taken steps to ease the liquidity coverage ratio norms for NBFCs. So we'll tell you about the impact when we return. Stay tuned.